Alright guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be throwing flicker shads, trolling flicker shads behind the boat. But we are going to put on some 2-ounce snap weights so we don't have to cast them out as far. I've never really tried this method before, but I've seen it done a lot. Lots of videos on it, lots of information on this guy, so we're going to try it. We're going to put about a rod's length in between the lure and the weight. I don't know if that's too much or too little, but we got 2-ounce snap weights, what you'd use for walleye fishing really. And we're just going to clip these on. Make sure they're on there good. And we're simply just going to drop this back behind the boat. That snap weight's going to take our lure down. And you can kind of guess with the angle how deep you are. And we're going to try like different depths at first. But that looks like a 45-degree angle, so we should be down probably 5 or 6 feet with that one. And we're going to throw the rest of these out. And we're just going to vary it a little bit. But I do want to keep one thing constant, and that's about the rod length of distance between the lure and the weight. Probably could go a little further, but with one person, this is the easiest way to do it in my mind for sure. We're going to set this one out. And we might just be doing one on each side, guys. I'm not really sure yet. But that is taking the bait straight to the friggin' bottom. If you're hitting bottom, you'll know. But we're at like a 45-degree angle, so whatever you let out, cut that in half, and that's how far down your lure is. So that's probably another 5 or 6 feet. I'm going to try to do this one too. And this one's a little bit different lure. This is a tiny little flicker minnow. It is a 5mm flicker minnow. So we're going to try the flicker minnow too. We're going to put that in the center. And this is a really tiny rod too, so I don't know how well this one's going to work. Because this rod is freaking small, guys. But we're going to try it. And we're going to see if this works. Oh, there we got a fish already, guys. So we're actually going to pull this one back in. Leave that out, and we're going to reel this guy in, guys. That was quick. And like I said with the, oh, he got off. But that was a little tiny crappie. I'm going to get this guy back down there. About the same depth. We pretty much just don't want to hit bottom. These crappie right now, end of May, they are everywhere. They're suspended, they're spawning, they're at the top. So you never know really exactly the best spot to throw, but the fish are just everywhere right now. We're going to try this one. There we go, guys. Right in this middle rod. It's another nice crappie. Get him up. And it looks like our weight slid a little bit, but a little flicker minnow got this nice little crappie. We're going to let him go. Not big enough to keep. There we go, guys. Flicker shad, flicker minnow on the weight. Right behind the boat, super clean setup, super easy trolling rig. Back in the water. We'll get this back out there. I might adjust my weight just a little bit, even though it worked out pretty good. That's about 3 feet. We'll just put it up just a little more. Guys, I just reeled this one up to check it, and there is a freaking white perch on it. And he wasn't even bothering the rod at all. I didn't even see him hit. He is just on there. I'm just gonna shake him off. I know you guys love commenting about how I shake off the fish, but little white perch. This kind of slid up. I'm gonna start wrapping these, I think. I know it's not good for the line, but it is definitely going to keep them from coming off. That should keep it from coming off. Sliding down. Cast this one back out there. This one just got hit. That is a nicer crappie, for sure. On the flicker minnow, the little tiny flicker minnow. There we go, guys. I'm gonna get a Snapchat of him, and then he's going in the box. It looks like we might have a fish on this rod. We do. So he's going in the box with the other crappie. 2 crappie. And then we're going to reel this one in before we get that other one out. And on this one, guys, I put on a bigger flicker minnow. And we caught a white bass, or a white perch. He's hooked illegally. I'm not going to keep him anyways, but he stabbed me. There we go, guys. We got fish every freaking where. Get that back out there. Just kind of at a random depth. I'm not doing anything special. I don't know how far these are going down, but I know they're going down deep enough because we're catching fish. All right, guys. First fish in a while. He barely hit, and he's a tiny, tiny little crappie. And that little dude, he's freaking small. And get him off. Try not to mess him up too much. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up today. Not that many fish, but that's how we're doing the weighted flicker shad trolling. So it works out pretty good. The setup's pretty clean, but we just didn't catch a lot of fish. I don't know what's going on, if the fishes aren't active yet, they're not really suspended yet, or they're just not biting today. So guys, thanks for watching. If you guys like the video on here, subscribe to the channel, and always, guys, check out the LeakyJohnBoatCompany.com. Thank you.